Hello my friends, I welcome you all to the Creative Thinkers Hub channel. Today we are going to be learning elements of design and principles of design. My friends, elements of design are extremely important and they play an integral part to any kind of creation. Okay, so saying that, let's get on to our first element of design. It is point. Point is also called as a dot. A point on its own is highly irrelevant, but when a point is enlarged, it becomes a circle. It's only when you add a series of dots together that's when the drama starts. As you can see in this image, that once I have put a series of dots, it actually starts creating a design element and it actually enhances the whole look. Next, when two dots are connected together, they create a line. A line is the most basic element of design and are used to create shapes, patterns, and textures. They can be straight, curved, thick, thin, or broken, and can be used to create a sense of movement, direction, or mood. Lines can be used to create shapes and define shapes and create a visual interest. As you can see in this image, here the line is curved to create a road where these cyclists are cycling on. Even if you zoom in, the logo that you see down here is a pure creation of a series of lines. And the same goes with the cyclists. Then comes shapes. Shapes are two-dimensional objects, okay, which are defined by their outlines, such as a circle, a shape, a square, a triangle, etc. You take a line, you bend it 360 degrees, so you get a circle. You take a combination of lines, you put them together, you get a triangle. You get shapes like triangle, square, hexagon, etc. They can be used to create a visual interest, convey a meaning, and establish a sense of balance and proportion. Okay. Now, as you can see in this image, this particular thing, the circle is used to make the sun, and triangles are used to make the mountains. So that's how you could create a form, and also with the help of other elements that we'll be learning further, you can actually create different objects. Now, a form is a basic shape. When a basic shape is given a height, depth, and width, okay, and a three-dimensional object is formed. So that's when a form is created. That can be used to create a sense of space, volume, and dimensional in design. As you can see, I have used cubes over here to create this 3D effect around this part. Now, what if you do? If you add a shadow to that form, it creates a tone or a value. A value is the lightness or the darkness of color. It helps you understand whether the object is near to you or far from you. It can be used to create contrast, to convey moods and emotions, and to create a sense of depth. As you can see in this image, the white area is the area that is facing us, and the dark area in all these places is the depth. And what happens is that once you play with this and you create a size difference, create a tonal value difference, you can actually create a 3D image just by adding shadows and reducing the size of the form. Then comes texture. Texture refers to the visual or the tactile or the realistic surface. So I have done nothing but taken the form and added a texture to it so that it look realistic in quality, and it's giving it a material. It can be used to create a sense of depth, dimensionality, and a visual interest in the line. As you can see, I have used uh, the fingerprint all around this to create a walking man. So with the help of the texture and the overlay of different fingerprints, the whole man is created. Over here, I have created it with the again in a simple way and use text in between to create the whole ad. Then is color. It is undoubtedly the most important and highly used element of color. It also is a very important part of the principle of design. Therefore, it kind of will also be taken forward when we are doing principles of design. So it conveys mood, emotion, and it also every color has a meaning. In a simple thing like emojis, there are different colors depending on the mood that that emoji wants to portray. Different colors can evoke different feelings, and color combinations can be used to contrast, to create contrast, balance, and harmony in design. Different colors have different meanings in society. For example, as you can see here, I have used red. As you can see here, I have used pink to portray that she is really happy and overjoyed by the distance the frog covers while it jumps. The boy is gray and he is bored. So boredom is created with the color gray, and so on and so forth. Now comes space. Space refers to the area or the distance between two objects in a design. It can be also used in balance and imbalance, proportion and depth. As you can see in this image, the bigger square is fighting for space from the smaller square. Here I have used the change in font size to create emphasis around the main title, like vitamin A is related to the carrot, and what it gives you good vision and healthy skin. So that's how you can actually play with this and work around this. Now these are the 7 elements of design and can be used in combination to in a wide range of visual effects and design styles. By understanding and mastering these elements, designers can create effective and impactful visual communication. And the principles of design are nothing but a combination of the elements of design. If elements of design are the building blocks of an artwork, these are actually the pure compositions of a mixture of the elements of design. So, saying that, our first is alignment, that is center, right, or left aligned text. It could be text or visuals, not importantly any one of them. It could also be a mixture of both. And if what it does is that it creates a symmetry or an asymmetry towards the design or graphic element. If something doesn't look quite right, you can be sure that your alignment is not up to the mark. Okay, and that is how it works. As you can see, this side of my area is text heavy. All the text is left aligned, where over here is right aligned, and I've created this particular main object imagery also over here balancing this text, and therefore it looks complete and balanced. So that's how this can be used. And alignment could also be text and visual. Next comes balance. All design elements and principles, typography, colors, images, shapes, pattern, etc., carry a visual weight. As you can see, you might feel that the two boxes are perfectly aligned, and over here without this line, this box, heavy color box, is also perfectly balanced with the help of the space that is created between these lines. So visually, they might be smaller and bigger, but visually they also are balanced because of the negative space that is created. So balance could be symmetrical, where the weight of each of them is the same, or asymmetrical when it comes in contrast and when used in design flow with the help of darker elements and lighter elements. Okay, so that's how it is. As you can see, the images over here and the logo over here, they are creating a very good balance between each other, and a totally irrelevant to the balance is totally irrelevant to how much matter I'm putting in. So even if I've put something as little as this or something as heavy as this, the balance is maintained in each and every design. So that's how balance can be used. Color. Color, again, as I repeated, is also there in the elements of design and has come back in the principle. It is an extremely powerful principle of design and can communicate an emotion as we already learned. Okay. For instance, blue tends to make people calm or trusting, while red can help rile up emotions and get people into action. That's why stop signs are always red and can't be green or orange. And that's how important color is. Now, here, the sky. Here, I have used color to show you all the different moods that the sky portrays as it goes from dawn to dusk. And that's how it works. White space. The parts of your design you choose to leave blank are just as important as the ones you are filling with colors and images. Negative space, otherwise known as white space, creates shapes that can help highlight the most important piece of information in your design. Never underestimate the power of simplicity and negative space, because negative space can also be used to create a secondary image which may not necessarily appear but is always there, and it could be a brilliant delight to the viewer. As you can see, the negative space allows you to transfer from the year to the bulb to the month and back again. If this negative space was not flowing, or if I had blocked this area, the balance would be off because the negative space and the text would fight for supremacy. Now, in certain logos also, like the FedEx logo, the branding that FedEx, so the space in between that creates that arrow creates the interest. Movement. Movement in terms of progressive imagery, italic text, or color is a way for to help one's eyes navigate through the whole design. The most important element should lead to the next most important, and so on and so forth. This is done through positioning. The natural eye falls on certain areas of a design first, and therefore the emphasis is very, very important. For example, your eye will immediately go to this person who is playing tennis, and also the eye will automatically move with the motion that he is creating while he hits the ball. So that's why the text or the numbering of the month is designed in a way where it will flow with the swash of the racket, and that's how you create movement. So next is variety. Variety in design is used to create a visual interest. Without variety, a design can quickly become monotonous, causing the user to lose interest. Variety can be created in a variety of different ways through color, typography, images, shapes, and virtually any other design element. However, variety for the sake of variety is pointless. Variety should reinforce the other elements of a design and can be used alongside them to create a more interesting and aesthetically pleasing outcome that improves the user experience. What I mean by this is here that in this here, if you can see, they are the layout of both of them is the same. So this is my synergy. Now, how did I create variety between both of them? Variety, this is a different campaign altogether. This is a different campaign altogether. But if you look at them, you will not find any difference. Okay, so I've created variety, but also kept the synergy. So here, what was the variety in this campaign? That at this point, MISC was kind of just going into new ports. So it was going to Europe, it was going to China, it was going to X, Y, and Z place. So therefore, zeroing in on a strike. If you zoom in into this, you will see that yes, it is just going to the Lisbon port. Okay, there is nothing more to this. It is offering a place in Lisbon and etc. And it is now we also accept orders to X, Y, and Z places. So it's yet going and approaching new ports, getting their base over there, getting their offices there, and moving in. So my imagery here was, football, dartboards, cricket, baseball, etc. Okay, where it's only for a strike, so it was a shot. Okay, where over here, as you can see, the list has become larger, and but the layout is yet the same. And here now they are going from one port to the other, and your cargo could reach at any given point of time to your desired destination. But if it's going to some other ports, it might just take slightly longer, but you don't have to wait for the specialty cargo to go there. So we are swing in the ports. So from India it will go to Singapore, it will go to China, it will go to US, it will go, the same ship will move to many different places. So here my imagery was like this. Like for example, a swing machine, the jumping kangaroo, you know, speeding vehicles that is taking different stops, or even a map with different destinations. So that's how we move to variety. Hierarchy and proportion. When you have multiple visual elements in a design, okay, you want to make sure that you're giving extra visual and weight to your most important message. This is the way someone looks at your design. Their eyes are drawn to the headings and areas you want to use with them. And it is the most beautiful experience if this is balanced in the right way. It can be used to accomplish a huge variety of large with the help of larger, bolder fonts, typography. Placing your design in the right way is the most important thing. So as you can see over here, the logo is the most important thing, and then comes your whole timetable as to when what is happening, and then is your text. So as you can see, the logo with the matter and with the help of color, the emphasis is created, and then a simple text of where this image, or sorry, where the event is going to take part is done. Next is contrast and emphasis. Contrast is another important design principle because it allows you to draw important elements of a design and add emphasis. Contrast happens when two design elements are in opposite to each other, like black and white, thick and thin, modern and traditional, etc. High contrast can help guide the viewer's eyes to the most important parts of your design first, and it helps them stand out. So over here, I have used the whole artwork is black and white. The imagery is black and white, but only my location as it changes, Mumbai, Dubai, Delhi, etc., is going to be highlighted in red color, and that is how I have created contrast and emphasis by color. So that is how you can do it. You could also do it with bold and thin fonts. You could do it with extremely, with good callouts. And there are many ways of doing contrast and emphasis. Repetition and patterns. Repetition can be done in a number of ways by repeating the same colors, typefaces, shapes, and other elements of design that can help you tie your design and overall look together. It helps people remember your brand or other important information if you follow to the same repetition pattern or the same use of color. So that is how we can work. Now, as you can see, this is the logo. I've used the colors of the logo all throughout the brand, and this follows in each and every communication that this brand makes. Even repetition of pattern, these boxes that are there are also created, and even over here, these small tabs also are repeated with the same thickness, and an emphasis is created to this larger thing, which is the main core of business. So that's how you can create repetition and pattern with emphasis. And with a mixture of these elements and principles, you could create amazing artworks. From now on, whatever that we will be creating, we are going to heavily stress on the principles of design and elements of design. And you will have to watch this video at least 2-3 times to understand each and every one of them. Because now, from whatever video that we will be working on, we are going to be really stressing on referring back to each and every principle or element of design that we are using in that artwork. So saying that, this is the end of the video. And if you like it, please like, subscribe, and do not forget to share, because only sharing increases knowledge. Thank you.